Yes, guys, Jim Rat Pack back in the house with myself, Larry Olubamiwo, and
Damien Ashley.
And
the Buffalo Soldier, Mr. L Rock.
Yeah, and we are, as always, Jim Rats and actors giving you our perspective on everything entertainment, especially movies and TV. I've got a few topics to go through with you today, so we'll start with the first one. And that is that Idris Elba is in discussions to buy Channel 4, apparently. Yeah, a big move, big ballsy move. So this comes to us via Variety. And it says, Luther star Idris Elba is in talks for a £1 billion bid for UK broadcaster Channel 4, according to the Sunday Times. The Sunday Times report states that Elba is in discussions to make a bid along with Mark Boyan, founder and CEO of Marketing and Communications Collective, the Miramar Group. Elba is the CEO of production company Green Door Pictures, which has produced Concrete Cowboy, Idris Elba's Fight School, and Turn Up Charlie. Channel 4 declined to comment. Variety has reached out to Elba's representatives for comment. In October 2021, Miramar launched Cornerstone Studios, a business set up to finance and create TV content. Around that time, Michael Grade, former managing director and chair of the BBC, executive chair of ITV, chief executive of Channel 4 and Miramar, does he have enough titles? For whom Grade was advisor then, were reported to be considering a bid for Channel 4, with bankers brought in to look at the possibility. Grade was subsequently named chair of UK Media Regulatory Body, Ofcom. Boyan also owns a stake in former soccer player Gary Neville's Buzz 16 Productions.
Gary Neville's got a production company?
Yeah, well. After months of speculation over the Channel 4's future, in April 2022, UK Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries, can't stand her, confirmed that the broadcaster would be up for sale in order to compete with global streamers like Netflix and Amazon. A white paper which, if implemented, could transform the face of UK broadcasting, followed weeks later. Dorries has said at the time that the plans will revamp decades-old laws to help our public service broadcasters compete in the internet age and usher in a golden age for British TV and radio. Among the bidders for Channel 4 could be fellow British public service broadcaster, ITV, Comcast's pay TV operator Sky, and Paramount, which operates UK broadcaster Channel 4. Didn't know that. Didn't know Paramount operates Channel 5. What are you thinking on this then, Damien?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
You need to take my name out of your mouth.
I would like to get your thoughts on this first, because I'm a little bit unclear on exactly how this is working.
So it seems to me, obviously, Idris doesn't have £1 billion.
Yeah, clearly that.
That's quite clear.
Yeah, that's why.
So it seems to me that Idris is going to be the figurehead of a consortium that are going to come up with the money.
Yeah.
And, obviously, Idris being a very well-known actor, worldwide.
Yeah. Especially at English-British icon.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously being a British channel, he's perfect to spearhead this. Yeah. Having his own production company as well. So yeah, I mean, we had this discussion off camera, and it's about friggin' time that someone of colour, had in the UK anyway, had a seat at the big boy table, let's say. It's all very well being actors and entertainers and earning good money, and that's all good, but having a seat at the table to dictate what actually goes on screens and all the power moves, basically, we've not had that. No. Do you know what I mean? So I think someone like Idris, who's not just a black man, but he's a black man with the times. He's current. Do you know what I mean? So he has his finger on the pulse more than most, I would say.
Yeah.
So
he keeps himself very current.
Yeah. So I would say he would have a very good idea of what should be on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
With that.
Yeah, what will work,
yeah,
what should work.
and what should work.
Yeah.
And he I feel like, especially with what he's done the last few years, he'd be willing to take some risks on some people as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that it can only mean good for, yeah, exactly, you know? Yeah. You know? But, yeah, I think this could only be good. I mean, as long as they can get the financials right, because that's another thing I don't want. I don't want someone black as the figurehead to then see it fall apart and then...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, as long as they can get the financials right, they can get the planning right, everything done right, I think this is a fantastic idea. Do you know what I mean? So,
That's kind of what I want to get your point at, because from the perspective of the financials, obviously he's a figurehead, he's going to be the face of it. But how much of a say is he going to get? That's what I want to know. If it's a case of he's gone 50-50 with this guy and he's got just as much say on it, and he's not just there to be the face that attracts the audience and the investors, then yeah, I'm on board with it.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to see, and I don't think it will go that way, because he's a very business-minded person. But what I don't want it to see is he's the figurehead, and then literally, as you mentioned before, it's going to all fall apart after it sets up, and it's not what it was promised to be.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, here's Barack Obama. Nah, that's not what we wanted to do. You know, so it's like, I want to see like the UK's BET.
Yeah.
You know, let's bring over what Perry's doing over there here, and Channel 4
that's more apt.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, BET's not
It's
owned
got
by a
no-
black person.
So
that's another thing.
Yeah, there's that. But yeah, let's bring over what Perry's doing in the States.
Yeah,
let's bring that here.
that's more. Yeah,
and an East End guy who's coming from, he's working in Barking a bit at the moment, and like he's got those connections to that.
comes from our neck of the woods.
Our neck of the woods. The studios are coming up soon, so there's enough production going to go on here. And Channel 4, as a channel itself, was known to look at the more edgier side of things. It's always done that. BBC has always been traditional. ITV is veered towards your audience who want to watch reality TV and whatnot over the last 20 years. But Channel 4 has always taken a gamble on what content it puts on.
Euro trash,
100%.
Big Brother,
Shameless.
Shameless.
It's always been like that.
Yeah.
So, even Brookside.
Skins.
Yeah, Skins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Even Euphoria, which is a brilliant women show.
Yeah.
But so I'm interested to see what
Desmond's.
Desmond's. So yeah, I'm interested to see what
right
content
there,
he
man.
can bring. That's what I want to see. If he can bring something raw and bring on the talent that's waiting to be seen, as opposed to the ones that are always being cattle fed in the background again. Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is a good business deal, and Idris is allowed to make the right moves.
Yeah.
If he is, then Chef's Kiss can be perfect. But yeah, Leon, what do you reckon, bro?
Leon, bro.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Leon's a bit tired today.
You want to enlighten us more? Or?
No.
Okay.
Damien done and you done a fabulous job.
Okay.
I'd be talking for the sake of talking.
Okay, no
I
problem.
second.
Hey, listen.
I concur.
That's all good. That's all good.
Yeah.
The only thing I would add is, because Idris is a man of some wealth now, he might be putting some of his money into it, or have an avenue where he's borrowing money for some way, either a bank or hedge fund or whatever, to then put in it, to have his own stake in it, to be able to then make decisions. Because just to go on to what you said earlier about whether he's going to be able to make decisions or not.
That's why I like when he mentioned in the article about the fact that they were talking about his production company. They weren't just saying Idris the actor or the DJ. They're saying like Idris, basically in brackets, the entrepreneur. Yes, he also has businesses.
Yeah.
So let's look at the side of, right, he's going to have some control over his entity. It's not just going to be, hey, I'm here to bring your attention, but that guy's paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what
and I feel like if he has more, say, he has more at stake, he will feel obliged, because then it falls on him if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
So he'll feel obliged to make sure it works. You know what I mean? So guys, listen, I mean, this is fantastic news that we all feel.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? Do you think that Idris and his consortium buying Channel 4 is the right move? And what sort of programming do you think they'll have on it? Will they keep their edge? Leave some comments down below and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Can't keep saying yeah.